what you want, what you want.
Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and last weekend I went to the movies in theaters, and two movies I actually saw were Inside Out and Ted 2. Both of these movies I went to see them with, Inside Out I went to see with my girlfriend because she really wanted to see it so bad, so I decided, you know what, go see it with her because it's a Disney and Pixar film, and I love the Disney and Pixar's ever since when I used to saw were Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2 and 3, Finding Nemo. They have great Pixar movies and I really love them. And when I say I saw Ted 2, I saw it with my girlfriend again and along with my friends. So the stars that did the voice of joy, anger, disgust, fear, and sadness, Amy Poehler, who did the voice of joy, Phyllis Smith did also the voice of sadness, Bill Hader did the voice of fear, Mindy Kaling did the voice of disgust, and last but not least, Lois Black as the voice of anger. So this movie is about an 11-year-old girl who loves to play hockey named Riley. She was born in the Midwestern town, but fortunately her parents decided to move to San Francisco, and she kind of tries to get along with the city and make new friends, but unfortunately she does miss her town. So the ones that are inside her head are joy, sadness, disgust, fear, and anger. They try and help her out, and somehow then their feelings that we start to know how they feel about them, how they feel about each other, or what is going on in their heads. So I'm guessing that Disney and Pixar film did a great job on this movie. It's really enjoying, and sometimes could be sad, sometimes could be funny, and there are some moments that they show scary scenes, but especially they're mostly funny at times, and even love the graphics, how they make them so realistic, three-dimensional, and even just seeing the most funniest characters that I love are both fear and anger. I think they're really funny. But I do like joy, sadness, because they have their own situation. They try to at least how to make things be better for each other, trying to bring the balance of between happiness and sadness, and sometimes when there's fear and where she's afraid of, and whenever she gets really mad, we have anger. And most times she always gets disgusted by things, so that's what we use is disgust. That she doesn't like things that are really disgusting or not really perfect or pretty. So it seems that I really enjoyed this movie, and to be honest, yes, I did cry in the movie because this is really Disney and Pixar, because sometimes you gotta at least have some feel laughter. You guys also have to have emotions, sometimes you gotta cry things if there's something that's really sad, but at the end, sure, it could be sad, but it also could be joy, and that's why we use this sadness and joy, because they both work as a team sometimes, but most of the time they kind of have their own difference, but at the end, as when they work as a team, they start to bond each other. Sure, it's a kids movie, but who says that adults cannot watch Disney and Pixar's film? Then on Friday I went to see was Ted 2, that had the stars returning of Seth MacFarlane and Mark Wahlberg, and this time that Seth MacFarlane is directing this second film. Ted 2 was actually really funny. It was hilarious, but it wasn't as funny than the first film, because the first film was actually just had Ted being all grown up and having drug and pots and start swearing a lot. The second film, it somehow had some few scenes that weren't really was really unnecessary, but most of the time it was really funny just to laugh and enjoy. And he's still smoking pots as always. So now Ted finally married the woman of his dream named Tammy. Both Johnny and Laurie got a divorce, so we haven't seen her throughout the whole film. So technically he's having his down moments. Now this film is about the governor is like suing Ted because he's not, how should we say, a person. He's much more of a property. So now he has to fight for his rights. Ted and Tammy are now planning to have a baby. The only way they could do that they had to like go to court and fight for it. So there are some scenes that are like very funny, and sometimes they're not too funny or just like a little disturbing at times, but most of the time they're just really funny. And we have Amanda Seyfried, which is Ted's client. That she's a client slash lawyer. That she wants to help them out, but there's some times that they go on their own adventures, most of the time they smoke pot or weed. It's just like really funny. It's really hilarious. I enjoyed it, but it still doesn't beat the first 10 movie. Sometimes there are just like some scenes that are just like I said, and once again like really unnecessary to use. But overall, for Ted 2 is actually a worthwhile comedy movie to watch, and seeing the teddy bear just swearing, smoking pot, and do what he does best. So just to rate both of these films, for Inside Out, I have to give it a best 10 out of 10. And as for Ted 2, I would have to give it a solid 8 out of 10. They're both good movies, just to watch and enjoy. And maybe if I want to see it again, maybe I could watch it over again before it comes on Blu-ray or DVD. For Inside Out, it's a really good children Disney Pixar film, just to watch and enjoy, and loving how all the feelings of joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust really doing their lives. And we see all the different versions of the others, like from the parents to the mother, and maybe to perhaps a dog or a cat. They could do anything. And as for Ted 2, funny movie, very comedy, but Seth MacFarlane needs to like do something a little different, like not keeping the same story over like what they did for the first one, because the first film is kind of the same thing. Just to be honest, I forgot to mention about, because Ted 2 is about, the same thing, that Ted gets kidnapped and all of a sudden he's smoking pot, but the only difference is that what they really want is have a kid, and Johnny is trying to like get over his old love life and even his divorce. But technically, overall, like I said, it's a good movie. If you guys really want to watch either of those films, I recommend you guys see Inside Out in 3D. It's really better. And if those of you are interested to see Ted 2, go for it. So I'll be looking forward when they come on Blu-ray and DVD. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off. His saying is, peace!